Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Attitude Era Podcast. We're watching Saturday Night Main Event. Let me turn this. Ooh, with the super kick. We're live during the main event. You know what it is. It is Gunther taking on Main Event Jey Uso. If Jey Uso were to somehow pull this out, you know what I'm saying? But let's see, let's see where we're going with it. With the splash. 1, 2. I ain't gonna lie. For a split moment, I thought we were gonna get it. But this is very interesting. Let's see we're in the main event. Let's see where it is. Let's see where it is. Can Jey Uso get this off? Can Jey Uso do this? I don't think he can, but you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, there's a reason we watch the show. Bless me. Ooh, 3 in a row. Oh, Gunther with the power bomb. Gunther retains. Gunther retains. There's your man's. Gunther retains. I'm not shocked. I just, for a split moment, I thought that maybe Jey Uso, maybe the WWE will do something we haven't seen, do something we didn't think. You know, he could always get that title back in Elimination Chamber, and still, your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. I'm not mad at it. As we set our sights on the Royal Rumble. Remember, Royal Rumble is next weekend. So we have to, we're that road to WrestleMania is right now. This Saturday night main event, you know, it is what it is. I'm not saying I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I'm cool with it. However, um, I would have liked to seen something crazy. Only at pay-per-views. Todd Gack, salute. See you in the chat. The world we live in, the Ring General. You know what I mean? The Ring General. That is the world we live in, man. I ain't gonna lie, but I thought for a split moment with that super kick, the Uso splash off the top. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, my house is hot right now. But and there it is. That's how it ends. Saturday night main event. What do y'all think? How do you rate it? Scale of 1 to 10. You know, you can give the halves if you want. How do you rate 1, the main event? 2, the event in its entirety. We have 4 matches, 5 interactions. You know, VPad 34. We see you in the chat. Gunther and Jey was match of the night. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a legitimate statement. Jay was robbed, Miss Awesome Saucy. No yeet boog. I see you in the chat too. I'm not gonna say Jay was robbed. Jay he beat him clean. He beat him clean. But I see what you're saying. You wanted. There was a moment in the match. I said, "Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." Even if it's for a week. Even if Jey Uso becomes the king of legendarily short title reigns, which can never be. You know, Kane. Remember, Kane had a 24-hour. Um, I would have been okay with that just to say he's been a world heavyweight champion. You know what I mean? It's just like Oscar nominees. There's a reason why they say that before they announce them at movies in when they do trailers and stuff for movies, right? Because they have a higher probability to get people to go see it because people are go, okay, you know, I'm not happy with the ads with Peacock, Michael Brown. It's the world we live in. I don't know if there's like a Peacock premium. I'm not going to pay for it because there's not enough stuff on WWE to get me to go. I need that Peacock premium. Pause. That sounds crazy, but you're right. Too many ads, Michael. A lot of ads. A lot of ads. It almost got very like it got hectic, right? But we're gonna talk about the show. We can start with this main event because we just wrapped it up. I see you in the chat, Vinny. 7 out of 10. I think 7 out of 10 is good. Packing Braun up was a 10. The rest of the card was nice at a 7. I'm with you, Boog. We're gonna definitely. I'm gonna save that for last with Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. So if you're tuned in for that, let me make sure I got my notes, quotes. I ain't got no pen, but that's okay. I got one now. I got a marker. I always got pens. Like I always got some sort of tool to write with. You know what I mean? It may not be what I want, but it'll do the job. You know what I mean? So we gonna stick right here with the main event because obviously the main event. Tyree Holmes, what up? We got to stop with the Sheamus going for the IC title. That was time number 11 for the man. Uh, Rumble will be awesome. We gonna get into that too. All right, so main event Jey Uso. I don't know how many times he's gone for the world title. A couple. I remember he had the shot with Roman. He had this one. I don't think anyone really believed in him to beat Gunther tonight as we're going into WrestleMania season. So, do I think this was a good match? It was okay. It was good. It was good. It was a good match. However, it took me to see that the Uso splash and the super kick to think like, oh my gosh, WWE might go with this, right? But going in, I did not believe for 1 second Jey Uso was about to sit up here and take dethrone Gunther right here. I mean, we're in WrestleMania season. Once the December stuff ends and we're walking down towards the Royal Rumble, which is next week, it's next Saturday. You ain't taking that belt off Gunther. Gunther already has something lined up, you know. And if he did, it would be cool. He would have got it back at Elimination Chamber per se, or maybe on a Raw episode or SmackDown episode. I would have been okay with that. But thought the match was good. I do think Jey Uso still has time. I do think one day he may wear some gold. Again, I do think it's going to be on the no, Miss Austin Saucy. I do not want any premium subscription to that channel. I'm not even gonna say it. You know what I mean? It sounds so crazy. Um, uh, Jacob Fatu is Himothy. We're gonna get into that promo too. Gunther wasn't gonna lose tonight. They got him lined up for Mania. Absolutely, Mike McCullough. Absolutely. Gunther has got a straight path. I don't know who though, because when we get to this Royal Rumble conversation, I definitely want everyone to stay tuned, tapped in. But I do think that you got to get threats to these champions. When we look back at the year and you look at a guy like Bobby Lashley being able to leave the company, Bobby Lashley could have been a threat to anyone's title. So if they say things like they didn't have a spot for him, this is a good spot. If he'd have won a couple matches, his 2 pay-per-views coming off of let's just say, all right, hypothetically, a strong Survivor Series and then a strong December pay-per-view PLE, and then you say Bobby Lashley or somebody like that is the number one contender, it works. So again, Jey Uso was just coming off losses. You know what I mean? He won in the War Games. I'm trying to think who he lost to on TV. On TV, like it was either Raw or SmackDown. I know it was Jacob Fatu. Like basically, he had no momentum, right? And now all of a sudden, you're just throwing him to the picture of the world title. You know, I don't. Mike is 100% correct. Facts. Gunther was not going to lose tonight. They got him lined up for Mania. Was the comment that Todd Gack on Instagram is responding to. Got to run. I think I'm starting to get sick, y'all. We're gonna make a hot toddy tonight. Um, they may put another title on Jey Uso, and this is for Polo. And the reason why I say that, um, Jey Uso is very popular, and people want to see him win. So as long as you have that and you sell out, remember Jey Uso is a top 10 merch seller. Like him, love him, or hate him. When you move the needle, we know what needle movers are. WWE takes that into consideration, right? It's very hard to keep that momentum like that and not pay homage to it with a title payoff of some sort. Now, could they do it with opportunities? Yes, that was what Razor Ramon was, but they paid it off with Intercontinental Championships. They never given the world. So I think that for Jey Uso. Gunther, I don't know. You got Gunther versus John Cena. You can line that up. We've seen, well, maybe you haven't seen on live events. They've been running CM Punk versus Gunther. Um, I think that's a possibility for Mania too, because of what's going to happen in the Royal Rumble, which we don't know, and I don't know, but we're going to speculate that later in the show. I do think that you have opportunity to do a lot of great things, and I think Gunther's just got a spot that you don't want to give up right now. Because when I look at the Raw roster, who else would you want to put the title on this close to Mania, right? If there is somebody you can name, which there's a few, Seth Rollins, uh, uh, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, if he's officially on Raw. You don't want to do it on Saturday Night Main Event. And if you did, that would have been the match, right? But we got Jey Uso instead, so just filling the spot. But I did appreciate the match. I did think it was a good match. So shout out to Jey Uso. He'll be back. But you know, it is what it is. Let's keep it moving along. I don't got anything else. If y'all got something else y'all really want to talk about with Gunther specific, Jey Uso specific, let me know in the chat. But other than that, we're gonna move on. Bron Breakker, baby. Bron Breakker and Sheamus. Now here's my thing. I'm not big on Sheamus getting opportunities after opportunities and never getting it done. But one thing I can say about Sheamus for certain, he's gonna give you a good match. Him and Braun, we've seen that match before on Raw, and it was good. And then we saw who jumped in it. Not Alien of Dragunov. What's his the other Imperium guy. Oh my gosh. I can't think of his name. And I drew a blank, but whatever. The other member of Imperium kind of got involved. Geez, it's really gonna haunt me, y'all. I'm sorry, but they can all have good matches. Whether it's Braun and Sheamus or the triple threat match that they did have a few weeks back. Kaiser, thank you, Kaiser. So, but this time it was 1-on-1. I have no problems with the match. I thought for a certain thing, I thought there was maybe a potential botch with the leg on the rope. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Jesse Ventura was calling it out too. He was not holding no punches, which is one reason I love having him on Saturday Night Main Event. There was a 3 count where Bron Breakker's foot goes on the rope. Did the ref count 3? It seemed like Joe Tessitore and Pat McAfee were trying to like defend the ref and be like, "Oh no, he got the foot on." But Jesse the Body, the governor, as he said, "Why don't y'all call me governor?" Like that man was the governor of Minnesota. It's along with being a Navy SEAL and so many other things. His resume is outstanding, impeccable. Man is a legend beyond legend. Did he count the 3? Did that ref count 3 and look up and see it? That is the question just the Body Ventura was posing. And if that is the case, is that a storyline like maybe it wasn't a botch, it was meant that way, and now they get to plan it tomorrow night for Raw or going back to the Rumble, run it back as a rematch because look, that ref actually counted 3. I had you beat. Your foot was late, or even if it was on time, that should have been the official decision. What are your thoughts? Did the ref hit 3? We got a run in right now. Be crazy. I'm about to pull it.
What up?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's going on? I gotta watch the recap to see what happened.
Oh, well, we right now I'm trying to see. Hey, chat again. Did the ref count 3? I need that answer. Jesse
Still
said Brain
here
is a
at
Steiner.
still had my event.
Yeah. I see. I need the answers in the chat. I know he was in Predator, but who was what? Yeah. I'm gonna say the ref counted 3, man. It looked like he counted 3 for me. I think that's a good storyline point for Bron Breakker. Archie, you want to talk about where you're at, man?
Pro Wrestler 225 Homecoming just ended. Hell of a night, man. Hell of a night. So I'm headed home to watch this. If you on in about 30 minutes, I'll be able to tap in.
I probably won't be, but you know what I
Either
mean.
way, yeah, I just was tapping in, man. I'm about to go holler at we got Fuego del Sol in here, you know, AEW TNA superstar, a bunch of other people running around. I'm about to go catch up with them before they get on their planes and catch their flights. So, and I got a big announcement, man. I'm doing it, HP, but I'm gonna tell the people about it next week. It's happening. It's happening.
Hey,
All right, I tapped in with
my
you.
lips are sealed.
All right.
Definitely. Hey, definitely shout out to Archie Carter, the greatest heel in podcast wrestling. Um, if you haven't seen it, we got an interview up of Pro Wrestling 225 with the owner and the GM. It's right here on the Attitude Era. They got a lot of things. They got an event tonight, homecoming. So that I'm sure is fire. If you haven't been able to see it, they have it. Eventbrite.com, Pro Wrestling 225. Check out the interviews, got the links in there. LW Archie is crazy. Archie just had to learn how to do a Spanish fly. It's crazy. But no, I feel like the ref counted three, and I think that's a storyline plot point for them to move forward if you don't have anything lined up for Braun. I don't know about a Mania opponent for Braun yet. I don't see anybody on such a streak, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh yeah, this guy and Braun. But there are definitely some guys waiting in the wings. All they need is a good win at Elimination Chamber, good showing in Elimination Chamber, 3 or 4 Raws with good showings, and boom. So that's one benefit. But what I thought about today, where the hell Braun been? I don't remember seeing him on Raw lately. Like I had to try to go back through my notes. We be having notes. We be having notes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's weird little written. Sometimes it's more, you know what I'm saying, storyline written. But however it's written, I'm like, damn, where the hell Braun's really been? So hopefully we get him more active prior to Mania. I definitely want to see that. Penta versus Braun would be a hell of a Mania match. Woo! There it is. There's and that just sold itself. Um, Penta is on Raw. Braun is on Raw. Penta versus Breakker. That I think that is the way you go. Penta is white hot right now. I don't I don't think you do anybody. I don't think you put anybody else in that spot. I think it's Penta, and don't let Penta lose. That ref did count to 3. Jesse is right. Miss Awesome Saucy, thank you. I know I'm not bugging, but if I was, I was. So hopefully they get to do this back at Elimination Chamber, running back, and we'll get to see. We need to get you a yellow legal pad. Yo, I got mad pads. I got pads for everything. Like I got pads for my music, which is like a separate pad for my other channel that I got some stuff going on. I'm not even gonna go get all those other pads I've already gone through. I am, you know what I'm saying? I am the recorder of notes. You know what I'm saying? I am the guy. You have a meeting and you want to be like, who's taking the minutes? I already done did it without ever being asked, just because I ain't going, you know what I mean? I'm a very organized person, you know what I mean? Very organized. We got, yeah, very organized. You got binders of stuff. We got little certs and stuff we just go through. Very organized. So it's always gonna be me being that way. However, tonight, the guy who was knocked mad organized. The guy who was knocked out of the IC picture essentially is Sheamus. However, that ref counted 3. I hope that wasn't a botch. I hope that is the point that you just bring up tomorrow, run it back. Then we get not tomorrow, Monday. We get the a rematch of sorts. Saturday night main event rematch. And they have a little angle to play off of. Or going into elimination chamber. Works either way. Um yeah, oh shit, that Penta versus Braun match will cook. Absolutely. I'm happy. Who had said that was 2 people that came in? Polo Rye and Mike McCullough. I don't know how I didn't see that on the wall. That writing was there, especially as hot as Penta came in. Holy shit. You know what I mean? Like that guy. I didn't even think he would be this popular, but yeah. Let's go into the females. Let's go into the women's division. Um how do y'all feel about Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax? Uh It was okay for me. It was okay for me. I'm gonna say why. One, yesterday I was not happy with Nia Jax saying in that whole women's when all those women came out yesterday and they got into that 6-man tag. I'm gonna beat you tomorrow night And first she said, I'm entering in the Rumble, and I'm gonna beat you tomorrow night. It was almost like a giveaway. I'm gonna lose. Why would you tell everyone you're entering in the Royal Rumble as the women's world champion? And then that means, yeah, I mean, you could talk the whole undisputed, but if she would have came out talking, I'm trying to be undisputed, it would have made sense. It almost seemed like you ever take a test and you go through it because you're stuck on a question and you skip it, but when you go through it, the answers are in the test later. That's what it felt like. Oh shit, we put the answers in the test. The answer to number 4 was down there by 18. My bad. So we know you're not winning the Rumble, and we know you're not winning Saturday Night Main Event because you damn near told us last night. But was the match cool? I thought it started well with that whole false start from Nia. The problem is, and Polo's about to, and Polo just hit it. I hope my queen Nia's momentum doesn't slow down. She is the queen of the ring. Going into the Rumble, going into a world title run that she had, she took a lot of pins as a world champion this year. Uh, post winning the Rumble, post winning Queen of the Ring, and she just took a pin a couple weeks ago. She took a pin as the world champion in tag team matches. Yamlin Bigelow she's definitely on the prowl. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not. But however, I will say this: interesting match, good match for Rhea Ripley. It has slowed down Nia's momentum. Period. Only way it won't is if she goes into the Royal Rumble and she has this good series of eliminations. She picks up about 5. She'll need about 5, and one of them has to be a big star. But if she goes in there and the whole ring decides to eliminate her and she gets no eliminations because they made the point to say she's tied for the most women's Royal Rumble eliminations with Rhea Ripley. So if you're going to tell us that and you want to keep her momentum, get her to eliminate a few people. 5. 5. That puts her as this woman like, oh, she's hot for the title. And then it's almost like something diverges her away from the title. You know, the way she gets eliminated or who eliminates her, which could be Candice LeRae. Candice turns on her. They go into Elimination Chamber. She doesn't really get her revenge the way it is. And now you got a Mania match set up. I think that works. And then after Mania, you can decide and try to figure out the lane for Nia Jax. Rhea Ripley, she's cut straight through. Tons of challenges for her to choose from. You got Bianca. I don't think that's going to go because the the Jade Naomi angle it's got to play out somewhere, and what better stage for it to play out on going through the Elimination Chamber into WrestleMania is WrestleMania, right? So that's got to play out. So I think she's kind of off the table. However, it would be great to see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Bianca is one of the top needle movers for them. So Rhea, top needle mover for them. She's, so easy day. Yeah, that Jade stuff has to get some time. Oh, salute to you, Black Wrestling Podcast. See you in the chat. Definitely. That Jade stuff does have to get the time. And only thing that detracts me some is that I see you on Twitter posting like as if you're perfectly fine and perfectly healthy. It's like 2 accounts, Jay Cargill and whatever your real life name is. And if your real life name is Jay Cargill, then you need a Jay Cargill WWE account, and then you need your personal account. And let's separate the two because the Jade Cargill thing looks crazy when you're like she was laid out. Then one day she's covered in blood, and she was like. Then another time she's responding to Naomi, where she's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, we still don't have any leads. Are you sure?" On Twitter. So I think that conversation, Naomi, Bianca, Jade are entangled. I don't know if we get a triple threat. I don't know if I don't know how they're gonna do that. Those 3, maybe they'll make a special referee be Bianca because she's gonna have to decide between Naomi and Jade. Because remember, she's tag team champs with Jade. Jade was sidelined. Naomi stepped up. They allowed it, almost like a Freebird rule. Jade comes back and she's beefing with Naomi. Where does that leave Bianca? And then if she does something dirty, then Bianca gets involved. And now it's Jade versus Bianca, and they're still tag team. There's a lot of ways they could play that. Elon is listening is fire. Uh, uh, oh, it's X. You're right. You're right. You're right. I just always call it Twitter, but it's X if you're nasty. So I think that's fire. Who else is out there for Rhea Ripley? Becky Lynch is out there for Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch was champion dethroned by Liv Morgan. Who else was dethroned by Liv Morgan? Obviously, she got her title back. Rhea Ripley. You can easily throw that out there. Um, I don't think any of the NXT women will win it, and I'm talking about the three big signees this year. If Jordan Grace pops up, I don't think she's winning it, but I would like to see them make a huge impact in the Women's Rumble. Also, they did say today, they said it multiple times, it's a 30-man, 30-woman Royal Rumble. A little bit low-key mad about that. There's so much talent if it would have been the 40, but I ain't mad. 30 is a jam-packed Rumble. I'm not going to get too far off in the Rumble because we're going to do a whole segment on that. And that's really what I'm like dying to get to. But I do want to talk about opportunities for Rhea Ripley moving forward. She is now taking out Nia Jax. And it's just, I don't think Charlotte's on the table for Rhea. I think there is a specific place for Charlotte. But I don't want to go too far into that. Stephanie Vancouver versus Rhea. We said that yesterday. I would love to see it. That's the match I didn't know I needed. If you give us that, people might get mad because, like, oh, I don't really know who Stephanie is. But when the match takes place, that's going to be like an Austin Brett WrestleMania 13 type, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho. One of those classic matches. You're going to be like, oh shit, it's going to be a barn burner, right? So I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. But Rhea definitely retained. She's going to Mania with that belt, just like Gunther is. Ain't nobody breaking that up, you know. So, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So we talked about the main event. We talked about Braun and Sheamus. Now let's talk about the undisputed, which I'm not going to keep saying that. You're disputed, bro. You're obviously disputed because there's another man walking around with your title. How are we saying undisputed? Do we not know what undisputed means? Undisputed means there is no other. There is like it's undeniable. It's inarguable. But here we are. I'm an argumentative guy, guys. So it is what it is. But I hate it. They just keep calling it undisputed because of how Roman tied them two belts together, Universal and WWE. But it's been okay. You now have another championship, the World Heavyweight. As soon as that came into play, we should no longer have the undisputed because it is disputed. There's another champion on another show. You guys, even when it's far, is to make another belt, the Crown Jewel Championship, and have the two champions fight. What are we talking about? Undisputed. But anyway, that's just my high horse. I think this segment was well done. I was surprised by it being as good as it was to me. I think Kevin Owens being unhinged is good. I think Cody telling him to shut up. Give us the heel Cody already. It's like I I get it. He's not a heel. This is not his character right now. But I'll say this: when you have Kevin Owens doing the Lord's work, he's out here doing promos from his car, talking that stuff, and he always has a fire rebuttal. Even today, you said I always take the low road, the easiest road. Last time we wrestled, your knee was out. I could have took you out. I didn't because I have respect for our friendship more than you ever did. And it's like, crash out KO. Facts, Vinny. Heel KO is by far the best KO. 100% agree. Cody can't go heel before Mania if ever. If ever, no. But before Mania, I do agree with that. KO is definitely doing his best mic work. Very similar to Drew. Very similar to Drew McIntyre. How last year Drew was just killing on the mic. I just don't think they're gonna take that belt off him next week. But we almost got a package pile driver. It's gotta happen more often. I don't know if WWE really wants to, or if it's like, and I get it if they don't. But if he would have packaged pile drive HBK in San Antonio, heel game, through the roof. We're done here, right? You would have package pile drive Shawn Michaels. That should have brought Triple H out of the gorilla position. That would have brought Cody looking down like, you animal, you animal. And it wouldn't even been bad if Cody would have took both belts off the damn hanger and put them on and just dipped. And it'd have been like, yo, this is an unsanctioned ladder match. This is just it. It's over with. Like this, just to add the allure, right? We know it's a sanctioned ladder match. We know that man ain't dipping with both belts, but I would have wished it went that way. You're gonna let that man be unhinged, open the door and swing it open. You ever see people with them holes in their wall because they ain't got them door stops? That's what Kevin Owens is. He's that hole in the wall. You got to swing that thing open and just bust everything out. Like why not? That's some 909 heel Randy shit. Absolutely. And that's where I think KO is. Remember Triple H having that discussion with Randy Orton about why he was protecting him from KO? Yeah. We got to see it. Make us believe it. Cody hasn't had a threat for that title. If he'd have package pile drove Shawn Michaels into that canvas with the hat on. We don't want to see Shawn without the hat as much. I don't. That's my childhood hero. If he can keep it on, keep it on. If he can't, oh well. Age, she's just showing his wisdom. But I would prefer the hat to stay on. You know what I mean? Because, we always see Shawn. It's like, but one thing we got to see tonight with Shawn was Sweet Chin Music return to form. I don't like everybody super kicking because now it makes Shawn super kick like, wow, okay. He just rolled out the ring, which is a smart move for anyone getting super kicked. But it just made me like, yes, one, I was happy Shawn took that jacket off. He was with it. You know what I mean? And that was my highlight. Cody cut good promo, but ain't nobody taking that belt off Cody Rhodes. Well, you could always have Cody Rhodes get it back. And again, I don't know if you want to risk it doing an Elimination Chamber or doing it on a Raw or whatever have you be the case, but I do think that is a chance, but I don't see it happen. It's unfortunate because again, Cody needs threats, people to make you believe, and if someone actually does it, and remember, I always compare Shawn and Cody. They won back-to-back Royal Rumbles. They both won the WrestleMania, won their first world title in the company on the second run. Shawn lost his title to Sid at Survivor Series that year, right? Won it back at the Royal Rumble in San Antonio. Cody is trash. Okay, I hear the comments, Miss Awesome Saucy. I would like to agree with you, but I'm not. And the reason why is because Cody's booking is trash. He can talk. He's for the kids. I get it, because he's not my cup of tea. But they're booking him poorly. He's had no ideal throw. You got Braun Strowman. We gonna get into that. I said I was saving that for the last part of this. Yeah, that's next. But you got guys like that. You let guys like Bobby Lashley go. Bobby Lashley would have been a perfect guy for Cody to go on, maybe at SummerSlam or sometime after he had a couple of months where you're like, he could lose this shit. And Bobby Lashley is snapped. The fact that we never got the hurt business versus the Shield. I mean, not the Shield. The Bloodline is crazy. So WWE misses their booking opportunities. It's just what they do. It's unfortunate. But I've never been an HBK guy. I'm Team Bret Hart forever, but tonight I kind of popped a little. Yeah, Fonzie, it's okay. It's okay. Franklin, I see you in the chat too. Sean's your childhood hero. We got that sweet chin music in San Antonio. Love to see it. I'm with you, brother. I felt the same exact way. Um, the booking is horrendous. And Vinny says funny. I say it because Vinny, I'm reading it, but I said it as I went and looked at it. The booking is horrendous for Cody. So I don't think he's trash. You might hear me say he's trash, but I don't really mean it. I just mean he's been booked poorly. For a guy who's been champion for a year, I've never felt like anyone was going to beat him. And that's horrendous. I don't buy pay-per-view fights for boxing if I don't feel there's a threat. When I watch Floyd Mayweather take on Miguel Cotto, I was Team Miguel, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you. When I saw him face Canelo, At 23, I was like, well, Canelo's definitely got the age, he's got the speed, he's got certain things that Floyd is aging. Eventually, if you're aging, you're gonna lose, and it just didn't happen. But there were threats. Wrestling's got to have that same thing for Cody, and if they're not gonna do that, then his title run is going to be minuscule. It's going to be poor. It's going to be. Ugh. I was looking forward to The Rock taking the title from him. I don't know if that's happening anymore. Miguel Cotto was my dog. Salute. He was my favorite boxer for the longest time. Cody and Cody and Trash should never be spoken together. Blasphemous. Fonzie, I I hear a lot of people say that about Cody being trash. I don't support it. I've said it too. I think I've said it probably. Somebody could probably put up a receipt. But I say it because he's been booked that way, not because he really is. And that's the problem you got. Come HP, let's get to the best part of the show. Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. But I do gotta get this Cody thing out of here. Um, they do fight at the Royal Rumble next week, which is good. Not too much more promo on this. But do you think the Winged Eagle belt is staying or a variation of it is staying? Like maybe they take that WWE logo instead of the planet, they put the logo in there. Something to that nature. Maybe they even have the WWE. I'm trying to see if we still got it. Yeah. So something like this, right? This is if y'all don't know, this is our interview guy, Gamage. He's got one of these belts, right? This is Cody's version. But then there's another one where Cody signed, and so it's one of two. But technically it's a one of one because Cody didn't sign his own belt. But here is the Winged Eagle belt with Cody's logo in the middle, right? I would love to see this belt come into play after the winner where he merges a new style of belt. And to me that works. That works. I don't know if it works for y'all. Please tell me. Um, but I think it looks like a legitimate belt versus just a big W in a blank space. And it's like, oh yeah, that's it. But yeah. So last but not least, but it's not last actually, because we got to talk that Royal Rumble. Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. How are we talking about this? How impressive is fucking Jacob Fatu? Ah, God damn. They could. We had this argument last night. If y'all remember, I was all passionate. Braun Strowman is the gatekeeper. If they're gonna push you up in the monster category, you got to see Braun. This is what happened with Bronson Reed. They moved shows because you can't keep them on the same show. Now you got the Samoan Werewolf out here. And what was that promo? My God, Jacob Fatu. You got what I mean? Yeah, he from the Bay. I love it. Okay, we talked a little bit about this yesterday with black wrestlers having to fit in narratives. Jacob Fatu own that he owns who he is. He's not black, he's Samoan. But he's a street person. You know what I mean? And he gets to play with that and roll it in. Hell, I'm all gas, no brakes with it. To Jacob Fatu. Whatever you sipping on, I asked if we take a shot for Jacob Fatu. If you sipping water, if you got your coffee, you know I got my water. I got more. I ain't got no cucumber in this one, y'all. I ran out of cucumber, but it's lemon lime in here with the apple cider vinegar. I got my distilled water, matte ice in here. You hear it? Oh shit, I'm leaking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna bring up all my bottles. You know what I'm saying? We got. Oh, I don't want to bring up that one. You know what I'm saying? We got the Terramana. With the Rockets in the building, but I ain't drink that today. You know. No, we got a special crown, 12-year age. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do that one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get all to all that. Anyway, and I ain't even drinking one of them that's down there. Um, but let's have a drink for Jacob Fatu. And the reason why his character is fucking flawless. It's perfectly executed. People gonna hate, cool, but when I compare him down a roster, you can put him in any picture you want. He's already been a tag team champion. Perfect. Him and Tamatonga. Tama Tonga holding him back. I didn't even catch what happened with the ref. I guess he had caught the ref. He beat this man, the monster amongst monsters, right? He beat this man till he cannot defend himself. DQ. Braun picks up a win, but Jacob is the winner in the eyes of everybody. All gas, no brakes. I'm telling you, I'm going to beat you to within an inch of your life. Who wants to get in the ring with him? I wouldn't even put him in the Rumble. And if you do, I would put him in a spot where he's doing some wild shit where he jumps over the top rope and eliminates himself on not really realizing the rules to just hurt somebody. So then they're trying to tell him he's eliminated, and then he goes and he eliminates like 4 or 5 or 6 people. But none of it counts. They got to get the Rumble back started. They got to usher him out. He leaves through the crowd. Let this man kill. Let him kill. They were chanting, yo, Vinny, you seen that? One more time. They wanted to break Braun. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every time he talks, it's like, yeah, and he's perfect for Tama Tonga because Tama Tonga, yeah. I got that meme, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, if y'all seen the No Mercy event and then you've seen the 15 minutes of fame, you know what I'm saying? I got my Tama Tonga on. You know what I mean? Anyway, crowd was loving it. Crowd was chanting one more time. Crowd said one more time. Yeah, they want Jacob to hurt people, and his look, his demeanor, his snarls, the way. Why don't we got the merch? WWE, we waiting on this. Why you slow rolling? You want a top seller? You want to see a new needle mover? Go ahead and put that. Yeah, that I mean shirts in here with the hand clasp. I love you, so we still ain't got that. My man is hitting you with one-liners every week. You know what I'm saying? You King Kong Godzilla. I mean, he took that from his indies joint, but we don't care. You use that shit. It was a bar. No one gets mad at Snoop for re-singing Gin and Juice in 2024. So why we gonna get mad here? Reuse some shit. Let this man cook, and he is it. If you're looking for an opponent for Roman Reigns for SummerSlam, hey, he just walked out the building. That's it. That's it. This is bloodline business. Let me, yo. I, there's nothing to say about this. This is insane. Braun took a fall from Bronson Reed as well. Yes, Braun is your gatekeeper. And I said this last night. Archie was trying to argue. It's not an argument. This is what your eyes should be telling you if you watch how wrestling works. Like they have to have a guy or a couple guys, depending on what the nature of Chad Gable. If you're a wrestler, if you could wrestle, they'll put you in there with Chad Gable and let's see how you do. You know how I know this? Because they don't put the fucking belt on Chad Gable. How long we was asking for that? People said Chad Gable should be the guy to defeat Gunther. Y'all don't remember that? So if you got a wrestler, a special wrestler, and you want to get him over, guess what they give you? Chad Gable. Think I'm lying? Then dispute me. Show me how many championships Chad Gable got. None. How many championships Braun Strowman? He's got a couple. But in this day and age, he ain't getting no more. Anytime they got a monster, okay, let him see the monster amongst monsters. And guess what? He got beat to sleep. Ugh. Blood and everything which is great because the kids is like, oh, now this is how kids lock in. I don't know how much time Jacob Fatu got on his career. I think at some point you're gonna have to start what's that shit called what the NBA players be doing? Low management, right? Because he's an older guy. He's not 25, right? He's like 35, 40. He's like my age actually. I'm 42, so he's right there. And we need Jacob around for a long period. There's only one monster, Jacob. Facts. And Jacob is not your gatekeeper. He is your guy who, you know, him versus Cody. Remember when Cody called him out in the solo thing? He was like, "There's one guy I give a shot to, and it was Jacob." And Jacob went to the ring, and Solo had to tell him to chill. It was just a little too early. We're getting to that point where now, if you want to put him and Braun, him and Bron Breakker. I'm sorry, I'm okay with that. However, y'all already brought up him and Penta. Jacob ain't no 32. I'm gonna Google this. How old is? And he's been on our pod. Let me tell. I'm gonna put our interview with Jacob Fatu in the chat, y'all. Like, he might one day grace us again. Who knows? You never know. But he was nice enough to grace us once. You know what I mean? He made John Cena. You know that's Z. You know what I'm saying? He made him an honorary Oos. I'm definitely gonna look this up. Franklin, who's more Lesnar, Fatu, or Breaker? Who's more what? Over? Technically speaking, it'll be Jacob, but if Lesnar comes back, we'll listen to what his pop sounds like. And if Lesnar comes back, they say he's a nice guy. That's a rivalry that should happen with Jacob going over and not taking a pin. But that's not a rivalry you do right away because if Brock Lesnar comes back, why would you stump his momentum with a loss? That's something that if you're not going to do Roman and Google says he's 32, he's right. I'm sorry, y'all, for not. It do say he's 32. Hell yeah. Then we gonna be around for longer than we thought. Cause I thought he was my age. Yeah, I mean, like this is good. This is good business. Because thank God. Hell yeah. I was like, damn, we're only gonna get like 4 or 5 years out of him, you know. No, we good. Okay, thank God. Happy. Yes. Um, Jacob's it. Jacob's it. He's your guy. He's your it factor. He's got it. Um, he's gonna be a very stone coldish like guy where you're gonna make him be. I did just try to unk that motherfucker, bro. I'm sorry, I did. I thought he was my age. You know, I don't look at myself as old, but that's at least 10. Absolutely, Polo. And that's just why I just got excited. Like, oh shit. So he's got a bright future. Hell yeah. Um, as long as he don't kill nobody, my shout out. But he did kill somebody tonight. Braun Strowman. Uh ooh, that thing's built up in my eye. I do want to see. I don't think there's a match you could redo with this unless Jacob comes. I mean, Braun comes back after like 2-3 weeks and he does a rematch, and it's got to end down there the same with a clean win for Jacob Fatu. Uh, there's no going over for Braun. You don't want to. You don't need Jacob taking any pins. Not before you get him to where you want him to go. And I liken him to the Ultimate Warrior. When the Ultimate Warrior beat the Honky Tonk Man had the record at that time for the Intercontinental Championship, and Ultimate Warrior was white hot. Ultimate Warrior beat that motherfucker in 6 seconds. This guy was at that time he had become the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. He thought nobody could beat him. Not only do you think nobody could beat him, Madison came in the ring and beat you in 10 seconds, straight up to your face too. Um, so I think that there's an avenue for Jacob Fatu to do something like this. Not with Bron Breakker, because we don't want to stifle that energy. However, Jacob being on SmackDown, you have the US title, which is Shinsuke Nakamura. So if you don't want to do him and Roman at SummerSlam, I don't know how long Shinsuke is keeping that belt for, but whoever is wearing it needs to come off it at SummerSlam to Jacob Fatu. And that's just how I see it. That mid-tier title game is crazy. You know how I feel about mid-tier titles. I love them. I think they are the workhorse championships, and I think they deserve way more. You know, Jacob Fatu is a guy that can hold that belt for a smooth 6 months before we talk about him even dare losing it. But I really think you should talk about him dropping it before you talk about him losing it. But you can't do it before SummerSlam. If Shinsuke is going to keep it for a long run, give him the SummerSlam because you just rebuilt that character, that dark character. Imagine the fun Jacob gets to have talking that wild shit. You want to hang out in the dark? I'll put your lights out. Like, oh my God. Like, just think about the things that Jacob can say to this man. You know what I mean? It gets crazy. You want to paint your face? I put blood on it. I put blood in mouths. I don't do that face paint. But for you, what's the situation? He says so many things, huh? Like there's so many little things that he says and he has mannerisms for that the WWE should be cashing in on and selling. That money is going to be gone. I know DEI projects and all that shit got done, but don't you ever get rid of Jacob's shit. Oh, well, you know, that only goes to a certain demographic. Fuck that. That's every demographic. Everybody likes watching someone get their ass kicked. And Jacob is doing it. Only blank period. I don't give a damn if you green. You're gonna. I'm sorry. It just is. It is what it is. His moveset is perfectly balanced for him. Where does Braun go after this? Back to being the gatekeeper. No harm in that. He can still take a mid-tier title off somebody. Easy. He can still challenge for a world title eventually and just not win. He could be that guy, so it keeps him looking relevant. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you need to do. Jake the Snake Roberts did it. And Jake the Snake was never rewarded with a title. Ever in WWE. Ever. Ever. You might be seeing me do a near fall on him soon. Ever. So no harm in that. Jacob Fatu is that guy, man. Yeah. So now this brings me to my final point. Oh shit, I already took that ticker off. Sorry, y'all, I'm writing it in right now. But it is the Royal Rumble. Where do we see, I put a pose in there about Jacob Fatu being in the Rumble because you got to be careful with a guy like that. You just made him this monster, and if you put him in that Rumble and he gets eliminated on some stupid shit, it's like all for nothing. You know what I mean? The Royal Rumble is next week. It is February 1st, which is next Saturday. Is it next Saturday? Yeah, it's next Saturday, y'all. So, uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just taking these little notes. So if you go back to watch this, you'll notice there's timestamps now on the descriptions from videos here on out. So I want to make sure that I'm capturing that. But the Royal Rumble is next week. Okay. I can really fight and I'll dog walk your ass. Franklin, yes. Yes. And they talked about Jacob had multiple jail stints, blah, 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 blah. I hate it, but I get it. Use it. If it's happened, use it. Fuck it. It's only going to sell the shirt. My thing for Jacob, if he goes in the Rumble, take somebody out. Have two big eliminations or one, but then he goes over the top. Oh, Jacob just eliminated. No one should eliminate him. Let him eliminate himself. On some, see, and then the announcers, that's the inexperience of a guy, Jacob not even realizing he didn't have to do that. He shouldn't have done that. Tamataga being in disbelief, and that's how you get Jacob out of there. And yeah, that works. As far as the Royal Rumble, we're not even gonna talk Jacob right now. Like CM Punk, John Cena, Roman Reigns, those three right there. That's three people. There's only two belts they can challenge. Well, technically, they can challenge for any belt, which means I don't think we've seen someone win win the Royal Rumble and challenge for a mid-tier title. But technically speaking, it can happen. Those three: Cena, Punk, Roman, big three to win, but only one can win, which is crazy. You still got Seth Rollins. You still got Drew McIntyre. We don't know if Randy Orton's coming back. That being said, they put in Sami Zayn, and no one can. Sami Zayn ain't winning no Rumbles ever. Yeah, I get it. He beat Gunther, but when I see him getting marketed like, you know what I'm saying, you're not winning the Rumble, guy. You might be able to not show up, and people not like, you know what I'm saying, like, Bron Breakker looks to be in the Rumble. Everybody who's not the world champion looks to probably be in the Rumble. We do know the Motor City Machine Guns taking on DIY with the tag titles, so I don't expect to see any of those four gentlemen in the Royal Rumble. There's word on the street that Dean Ambrose has been around and might show up at the Royal Rumble and look for Goldberg at like 28 to 30. I don't want to look for Goldberg at any number. I hope he shows up at the Rumble. Voider1, salute to you in the chat. Or have everyone in the ring come together to throw him over. Now you're talking about Jacob Fatu. That'll work too. That'll work too. If you show that he's a threat beyond threats, his stock is up. He doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble. You just need certain people to have certain showings in the Rumble, and this is how you do it. I don't want to just be like, yeah, he needs a good showing. Okay, well, what is a good showing? Is it eliminating 4 or 5 people? is eliminating 10 people. Is it setting the record for eliminations in the Rumble? They're gonna have to push Gunther versus Goldberg match eventually. Yeah, he Gunther shitted on Goldberg. My face. Gunther with that mic sometimes can be very funny, but I definitely do think that the Royal Rumble can be a good spot for any of those gentlemen. Jacob and Solo, watch. If Jacob eliminates, if Solo eliminates Jacob, that is automatic. That's what we go to Mania as. That's the match. Jacob versus Solo. Jacob getting the W. Solo doesn't have a career that's taken off right now. He does have a career. He can take an L here and there as long as he's taking them to the right people, and he can still be cruising upward motion. One of those people he can take the L to is Jacob Fatu because Jacob Fatu still has Tama Tonga, and we don't know what's going on with Tonga Loa. We know he had the surgery. He had torn his bicep back at War Games. I expect him to come back in the next few months, probably before Mania, if not give or take around that time, and him align himself with Jacob Fatu, and now you have a little three-way. And we haven't heard what the new name of them is. They haven't referred to them as the Bloodline. What is their name, if any? Right? They are technically a tag team. It's always him and Tonga, right? So when Loa comes back, when Tonga Loa comes back, I'm assuming he's going to be right with that group, right? And they're going to be under the leadership of Jacob Fatu. Solo needs to come back Friday. Solo has to address people. Him not. We don't need him to be forgotten. That's what I'm gonna say. You still have the Wyatt Six that need to make a showing in the Rumble. If they don't make a showing in the Rumble, then the Wyatt Six is dead. I'm just gonna say that. They were damn near dead before the start. I don't know if y'all remember Archie Carter going back to those summertime recaps. We talked about this. He said he had no faith in them. He said give him 3 months. And well, here we are in getting ready to go into February. They haven't been on the PLE yet. They've been missing in action weekly, and when they are in action, you know what I'm saying, all that for nothing. So Penta will probably be in the Rumble, I'm assuming. I really look for a return to be Randy Orton or Brock Lesnar, if not both. Those are my two big returns that I think, because Brock, go ahead, just bring him back. They're about to use them because Miz on SmackDown now, and he's looking for friends. Miz looking for friends is crazy. But yeah, that's how I feel the Royal Rumble is. I'm not going to give a prediction is going to constantly change as we get closer to the Rumble. I can see John Cena winning. I can see Roman winning. I can see CM Punk winning it. They all have valid reasons, storyline and outside of storylines, why they need to win it. Roman Reigns has been indespicably absent, which that's not good. I heard one of the Y6 is hurt. Been sus since they came back. Absolutely. Roman being so absent that I feel like it loses momentum for him. He won his tribal combat match. That was Netflix premiere. It's been 2 weeks since, and we haven't seen him on any show. We haven't, you know what I mean? So if we're not going to see him, you guys should already have a prepackaged thing for him where he's talking, where he's like, you just show him one day in the gym and he's training like, I'm just training for the Rumble. I'm not sitting here coming out week after, you know what I'm saying? Something to make him seem relevant, to make him seem like a threat. The last thing we want to think about is that Roman's no longer a threat. And it really feels like that's the case because we're just waiting for him to fight The Rock, so we're just not going to have him on TV. It's Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns. So give us a promo, different style promos week after week that he's not going to be there, so he's not forgotten. And then this way, the week you don't have promo, it's only like 1 week here, 1 week there. The next, if he's not going to be there for 4 weeks, 2 weeks in a row, or skip a week, whatever, we got promos for him. We got him on the show feeling in a way where he doesn't feel like he skipped out. That's all I'm saying. John Cena, we already know this is last with Raw. I feel like he's losing. They never marketed him really for the Royal Rumble. The marketing was always like John Cena's last time in Toronto. John Cena's last time in Toronto. The Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber. So I feel like someone else is going to win the Royal Rumble. John Cena's going to win the Elimination Chamber, and that's going to seal his fate for the champion the championship match for the other champion that wasn't chosen by the Royal Rumble one. But I can't even confirm that. I just know that the way they marketed it so early. I mean, we were in December. We were going at Survivor Series, and they're already talking about post Survivor Series that the 27th. I remember he kept saying that the 27th. However, the 27th, like, what is that? He did say that date, but your initial, like, just think about this. January 6th was Raw on Netflix. He missed the 13th. He missed the 20th. No mentions of this guy. He was last on SmackDown show. So the way I look at it, he missed the 6th, or he was there the 6th for Tribal Combat. He missed the 10th, the 13th, the 17th, the 20th, the 24th. Saturday Night Main Event. That's 6, like, so you got to get something together better with Roman. I feel like if we're going to, so we can take advantage of his star presence. Otherwise, he'll fade to the background. Because it's great to get a power. Roman's here, but eventually it'll be like, oh, Roman's here. Because without a title, you don't feel like he's the best because he's been bested before, and we've seen him get pinned since he's been back. So, and I think really the Mania match. I mean, him and Solo already had it. It's really Solo and Jacob. It's really Roman and The Rock. But if Roman and The Rock does not work for you because of the schedule, what else are we looking at for Roman? I don't know, right? Because, and again, that goes back. Yeah, they're supposed to do something to drop WWE 25, 2K25 that day. You agree with me, especially since he's been gone for so long? Yeah. Yeah. Roman's been gone. Remember, Roman, when he come back? SummerSlam? It's kind of been in and out, hit or miss. It's just too much absence when you're, especially when you're not the champ, because there's no sign on you that says you're the best, and that's what the championship signals. So I would like to see him do more Roman, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, my pick is CM Punk, man. He's on fire. He's on fire. He's never won a Royal Rumble. He's never main evented. If he main events, if he wins, if you want, you can have him challenge Gunther early, take the title. But that's crazy. Um, I don't know. CM Punk did say a thing too that he said I can call in a favor or two. Remember when he made that Hulk Hogan barb where he was like, if Hulk Hogan were to enter the Royal Rumble, I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope and end WrestleMania forever. Right? In that same interview, he said he could call in a favor or two. What is that favor? And who is it to? Now they're careful on their wording here because we've heard him with Paul Heyman about a favor, a favor, a favor. So when you say that and you talk about the Royal Rumble, is that all of a sudden him telling you, him being CM Punk, you being Paul Heyman, have Brock help me win. Call the Beast. I need help. I need to win this Royal Rumble. I need to main event Paul. You need to see to it. And in return, I'll give your man a shot. And now you walk into SummerSlam with a Roman Reigns, CM Punk headline for the championship that CM Punk is wearing. Uh, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot of little avenues, but those are my big three: Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Um, I don't see Seth Rollins winning it. I don't see Drew McIntyre winning it. If Randy Orton were to pop out, changes the game. I don't see Randy Orton winning it, but Randy Orton can go on the Mania and still headline. If you want to do The Rock, or you want to do Roman versus Punk, you want to do Gunther versus, let's say Brock were to come back. We have Brock versus Gunther, and then Randy Orton. Let's say Randy Orton does win it. Randy Orton versus Cody. I mean, don't mistake. On the yesterday's event, he said, "I'm a student of Randy Orton." He made a point, right, to keep those things registered in your brain because again, it writes storylines. Those things write itself. The student versus the student versus the teacher, the pupil, right? Can he pass the teacher? So I think that's all interesting. We'll have to see. But until next time, a couple things. Tap in the Archie Carter Pro Wrestling 225. If you go on the Attitude Era page right now, you will see an interview that we did with their president and their GM. Outstanding people, outstanding event. They had the homecoming event tonight. That's where Archie Carter was at, working the ropes. Uh, working the ropes. I'll just leave it at that. Also, if you go on to our Twitter Attitude Era page, we got 61 people in here, right? Watching. We got 65 people in here, right? We don't even have 65 votes. So all of y'all haven't voted. So take the time now to go onto our Twitter page, Attitude Era or X page, Attitude Era podcast. Go on there, there's 4 teams. Okay. There are 4 teams. The voting still counts. It's a couple days. What it is basically we made teams. We made teams. And the Attitude Era, Team Gamage, Team DNA, Team The Archer Carter, Team King HP. Now, I will read you those teams. I will read it. If you scroll down on the page, you see us talking live. Boom. But it's right here. It goes right to it. It goes right to it. Right? So Team DNA, right? Who you want to start? I voted for Team Gamage. Awesome sauce. That's your if you voted Team Gamage, I I I wouldn't have. All right. But Team DNA, Archie should just withdraw himself. His team ain't winning shit. All right. Team DNA. Now, if you were watching that NXT recap, there was an unfair advantage. It went everyone pick one, and then went back to DNA. Everyone picked one, then went back to DNA. Everyone picked one, then it was like, yo, whoever picked last should pick first. It should always go like a snake, so it's always even. So DNA has an unpurchased advantage, right? Anyway, he has Stone Cold Steve Austin, Roman Reigns. You have them in their entire career, right? Team Stone Cold, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, Triple H, and Razor Ramon. That is DNA's 5. A healthy 5. Stone Cold, Roman, Taker, Triple H, Razor Ramon. Team Gamage. Yeah, but he had an unfair advantage. Well, he ain't the only stacked team in his mind. Team Gamage, The Rock, HBK, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, and AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Okay? Go over it again. The Rock, HBK, Andre the Giant, Randy Savage, AJ Styles. That is Team Gamage. That's who he picked. That's who he got down with. All right? The Archie Carter. Yeah, he got him. Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, and Brock Lesnar. That is his 5. I'll say it again. Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, and Brock Lesnar. Okay, that is Team The Archie Carter. Now you got Team King HP. That is me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. We got John Cena, Bret the Hitman Hart, Sting, Randy Orton, and Yokozuna. How do we vote again? I'm not sure if there's a way to vote again. If I could have voted again, I would have did it. To be honest with you, but definitely share it out. Hit the repost if you haven't reposted it. Share it, requote it. Let's get people to vote. Your people know people. My people know people's. Let's get people to vote. The voting ends in like a day and some change, and we're gonna cover that on. I believe it's gonna be NXT on our recap. But you see the post right now. It's got 12 shares, 9 likes, you know what I'm saying? And it's only got 45 votes, and there's 67 people in here. Okay. So with that being said, everybody ain't vote. So go ahead and vote. Voting looks like this right now. Currently, it's okay. That's what the voting looks like currently. I could probably pull it up. Oh, I could pull it up. I could pull it up. No, I mean, how do you vote? Where do I go? Okay, bet. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you right now. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because what I want to make sure is that people are aware of how to do things. So I want to make sure my camera. Uh, that's why all of a sudden I can't figure stuff out. Uh, uh, present. Okay, bet. Let me make sure I go to this. All right, let me make sure I'm in the right place at the right time. We're gonna show you guys how to go ahead and vote. Attitude Era. Make sure you go on X. Okay, boom. So we're gonna make sure we got it. All right. Share screen. This is what we're gonna do. All right. So right now, let me see if right now you're seeing it. Yours, if you go on the X page right now, currently, you will currently see what you see, right? You see the live. If I click it, it's gonna bring me back to me. We don't want to do that. So what we're gonna do, oh, let me close this. These are messages. All right, you see we got the pinned Vince Russo thing. All right, this is us live. Hey, we talking to you. Look at us, looking at you, looking at you, looking at us. Okay, that's great. We're gonna scroll down right here. You see King HP. That's me. There it is. Votes. 2 days left. Boom. We're gonna go pin this. Shoot. No, I can't pin it. I gotta switch my whole thing, y'all. Let me see if I can switch my thing. Let me go with Attitude Era. Let's see if we can make this easy for y'all. Okay. Boom. We're gonna go here. Uh Let me see. Let me not be going to my profile. Okay, so now when you come back, this is what you see, the Attitude Era, right? We're gonna pin that post to the top. Now the first comment, when you go to the comments, is gonna show you those teams again. So if you're wondering what the teams are, they're down there. Click it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pin it, pin to profile. Your your post has been pinned and added to highlights. Awesome. All right. We got 31,000. So any minute now we should see 3,200. Boom, boom, boom. And we should also see these numbers of votes change. We have 2 days left. Right now, help out King HP. But if you don't feel like that's what Archie is doing bad, y'all. Archie doing bad, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. Archie doing bad. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I definitely want to tap in with y'all. I love this podcast. We're talking about wrestling. I love the Attitude Era World Wrestling Federation stuff. It's so epic. Steven Topper, thank you. That is Twitter, Franklin. That is Twitter. That is the only place we have it up. Unfortunately, I tried to put it on Instagram and I almost took our whole Instagram page down. Oh, Mike, you just voted. Hey, shout out to you, brother, for voting, whether it wasn't in my favor or not in my favor. Shout out to you for voting. I'm a man. I can stand on, hey, if I lose, I lose. You know what I mean? But all I know is I want a rematch where the voting is even because DNA got 3 straight first round picks, so we should have. But hey, at the end of the day, go out and vote, y'all. If we vote the Archie Carter, we will vote the Archie Carter. Um, but that is what it is. Also, make sure you check out the Archie Carter. He has an album in stores currently, or an album essentially everywhere on all streaming platforms. Good Karma. Uh, so my kids love that hot pizza song. They almost had me buying pizza. And the viewers team also, you gotta repick and have the viewers team. Mike McCullough, check this out. We'll do it. We'll do it. We will definitely do it with a viewers team also. I I it's gonna be hard to pull a viewers team, but we'll figure a way out. Where there's a will, there's a way. But I don't know if you guys noticed, Attitude Era, we're definitely trying to be more interactive with y'all. So that is key because one, we love y'all. You see, I'm on here. If all of us can't get here, somebody's gonna be here. It's very few times. There has been some, but very few times where none of us can make it. We'll do what we got to do. You know, it's a Saturday night. 69. There's 60, 70 some odd people in here. You know, so we definitely don't want to waste your time, but we definitely want to make sure you're having a good time. And if it takes being interactive, where we're doing a team for y'all, verse, and then we do the verses, and then we discuss. That's by all means, we will do that. Um, that'll be something fire. We're gonna start bringing some stuff back too. We have those memberships available, but we gotta get that stuff together. Where Near Fall will go back on there. DNA has a show called Top Five, where he has wrestlers, battlers, battle rappers. If you're not familiar, just random people. You never know who's gonna be on there. Where they're talking about their top five and then fill in the blank. Top five European champions. Top five Royal Rumble eliminations, top five WrestleMania moments. You don't know what top five is going to be, and every episode is something different. So get into that. If you're looking for me, definitely hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. I'm making a Facebook for this King HP as well, so this way I can be more accessible to you guys. And also, I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. I cover the show from and some other things. We have a big interview coming up on February 9th with one of the actors or actresses from the show from, and we'll be on the Hall Preview. You see it right there. Or go to the YouTube page, tap into that. Greatly appreciated. Also, DNA, drink money, get water. Drink money, get water. What an idiot. Drink water, get money. Get money, drink water. It's actually GWD. I done fucked it up. DNA's probably gonna kill me for that too. Like but let me see if I can pull up his page. So this way you can see it. But he also has the I Disagree podcast with Goods, the animal. So if you're not familiar with that, get familiar. Get familiar. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a fantastic show. They run it. There it goes. DNA. Get money. Drink water. GMDW. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna let me see if I can pull it up. I can pull it up, but let me make sure I can switch the screen share. Let's see. There it is. Boom. Okay. So there you see it. Famous Fonzie, salute, sir. I see you in the chat. So here's DNA's page right here. All you got to do is click it. We were present in the building. If you see that's Gamage right there. I'm not going to click on this battle. You see DNA standing there right there in the front. But yeah. This is there's the Archie Carter right there. And yeah, go ahead and watch these battles on DNA's page. DNA, get money, drink water. The battle's at 398K. Let's get that battle to 500K and let's get that up. But this is his channel. Go ahead and type in Hall Preezy Universe. It's easy. That's what it looks like. It's easy. Let's turn that back into 3K subscribers. We're at 2,940 some odd different ones we cover that show from. And again, we will have a special guest doing a uh doing a interview with us. The interview will happen on the 9th of February. Um one of the actresses from the show from, and I will put it out shortly after that. I'm not sure what date, but looking much forward to that. And again, I don't know how to get to. I don't have Apple Music on this computer. Make sure to get Good Karma, the Archie Carter. Tap in. It's his album. It's out now, streaming on all major streaming platforms. Um, Football Sunday. Mm, sorry, brother. I ain't saying that. I'm NFC East. I'm a Giants fan. So, but salute to you, Mike, in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Whoever your team is, maybe I know who your team is, but I ain't saying that. I'm not gonna support that shit. Might be hate. Hey, but yeah, I hope you guys have fun. I hope Saturday night main event was great for you. Remember, next week, next Saturday is the Royal Rumble, so watch out for our predictions video. Right now, as we know it, you have a ladder match: Cody Rhodes, the WWE Undisputed Champion, taking on Kevin Owens, the WWE Disputed Champion, in a ladder match. That should be interesting. You also have Motor City Machine Guns taking on the WWE Tag Team Champions, DIY, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That should be interesting. You have a women's Royal Rumble, 30 women, and you have a men's Royal Rumble, 30 men over the top rope. We got 79 people in the chat. Make sure you go vote. Get those votes up. You already know what it is. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Yeah, I see the votes going up right now. Boom, boom, boom. Team King HP. But actually, let me open the floor up. Anybody feeling like coming on and talking wrestling? We could definitely do that. Preferably WWE, because I don't watch everything of everything. I watch highlights of other stuff, and then I'll tap in from time to time. So I get to watch like the Hurt Syndicate win, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like, I don't actively watch AEW. I watch it in passing, and then I watch highlights to kind of back it up. But I definitely, Orchard Kirkland, he got another vote. But yeah, definitely keep voting, y'all. We gotta definitely get this thing up. Uh, 70, 80 people in this chat. 46, 48 votes. We got at least get to like 50 some odd votes, but definitely want to definitely get you all. If we don't have any takers, we're gonna head on out of here to come on. And again, we ain't judging. Don't come over here and talk about my background look plain. I got a green screen too that's over there. I use that for my other channel. And certain things I do on here, I do use that green screen for. So but yeah, it's been a real one. Saturday night main event. That was the thing. Remember, next week again, we'll be live Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and then again for the Royal Rumble. So that looks to be all. Until next time, y'all. Go ahead and vote. Y'all know what it is. HP, you have Brett and Randy. Yes, I'm telling y'all, that's a squad. And I got a prime Yokozuna. This is the guy who took out Hulkamania. You know what I mean? Like, tell. Oh, and I got John Cena. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? My goodness. Oh my goodness. It is so nasty. I definitely feel like my team. And then if that will not pick a team, yeah, then yeah, we're not picking Hogan teams. And I also got Sting. You know what I mean? We got 85 people in here, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna tell you to vote. Definitely go vote. I'm gonna pull that thing up currently. Let's see if we can yeah, let's go ahead and look. 48 votes. So you see where we're at, you know what I'm saying? We definitely this is not even refreshed. Let me see. I don't know how to refresh it on the computer. Mm-mm. 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 Mm. All right. So there it is. What's this little thing do? I don't want to press it and then mess something up. Oh, let's go here. Attitude Era is hosting. All right. So there it
Nah,
is.
I can do
What's
that.
this
We're
little
not gonna
thing
do that.
do?
How
I
do
don't
I
want to
back out?
press
How
it
do I
and then
back
mess
out?
something up. This guy was not wise. They should have never left me alone with all the electronics. See, on my phone, I can refresh it. I don't know how to refresh it here, but I know how to refresh it. Click the refresh button. Let's see if we get anything else. No, it's still about the same. We definitely got more views though, so that's good. The views went up, but I'm not in the lead right now. In the lead is Team DNA. Y'all know who that is. Team DNA is Stone Cold, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, Triple H, and Razor Ramon at 56.3%. In second place is King HP. That is I. Bret Hart, John Cena, Sting, Randy Orton, and Yokozuna, 27.1%. You see that vote came live, y'all. That vote came live. 49. Team Gamage is in third place at 10.2%. The Rock, HBK, Andre the Giant, Randy Savage, and AJ Styles. And in last place currently, but with 6.1%, he has Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, and Brock Lesnar. Definitely keep the voting going, y'all. Also, go ahead and share it. Hit this button right here. I'm not gonna try to undo it, but if you quote it, just say "Go vote," right? Or you don't even have to put anything. You just put like dot 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 or the big eye emoji or something like that, and it'll share it to wherever all the people that follow you, and that's how we get more people in. It's definitely an honor and a privilege. I don't want to ever take advantage of that. But at the same time, I do want to always make sure that we are doing the most at all given times. So with that, Dean Malenko, Roman Reigns, the Rock, and Shane McMahon. Would that be your 5? Is that what you're saying, Mr. Topper? Not just regular Sting. You have WCW Crow Sting. He destroyed Hulk Man. Yes, like Archie was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Those said Jericho over. Yeah, yo, the boy said, yo, y'all heard him last night in that chat. He said he would take Chris Jericho over Sting. That was crazy. I was fired up. Well, I don't know what I was drinking yesterday. I might have been drinking bleach for all we know. That shit had my blood pressure through the roof. I couldn't take that. I couldn't take that. We can't talk wrestling and just be that cynical about it. Like, that's no way. Absolutely not. But, that's his opinion. But that's why he's the greatest heel in podcast wrestling. Because he said that with a straight face, y'all, and he argued with me about it. Had my blood pressure on 25. But we got 85 people. We don't have 85 votes. So if you haven't voted, go ahead over to X. Go ahead and submit your vote. If I could do it for you, I would. But oh, oh my god, not chewing on Tide Pods. Oh man. Chewing on Tide Pods is crazy. Yeah, it's your top 5. The only thing, Steven, is with that. Remember, we have 4 people, so like you get to pick, and then the next guy goes. So your second pick could be gone. You see what I'm saying? That's why by the time we got to my last pick was Yokozuna, I wanted a big, and I had to think in my brain, I don't have a big. Who's a big? And I was like, dang. Yokozuna ended 2-time champion, headlined 2 WrestleManias, 9 and 10 consecutively. Took out Hogan at King of the Ring in 93, I think it was. So I needed somebody that, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing I noticed about Archie's, yeah, Roman Reigns, he had the 4-year run. That was phenomenal. But John Cena, like I get prime John Cena. I get prime Roman Reigns, but I get prime Bret Hart. Bret Hart's taking out Roman Reigns. Bret Hart is going to work that knee to where you can't jump up for no Superman punch. You won't be able to spear. That's the thing it misses about wrestling today, where that's why I like Chad Gables, but it's like spot after spot after spot versus your wrestling being the chain wrestling and things you can do to be able to tell a story. So I'm a little guy. How do I beat the big guys? Well, I work a part of your body that you specifically use. If you're a guy that loves like Bill Goldberg, whatever, your knees got to work your knees because you have a jackhammer. So if you can't support the weight, and you have a spear, if you're he would have a guy like Diesel, he would work his back and stuff like that. So the mythology of Bret Hart is uncanny. Randy Orton, I got the legend killer. You know what I'm saying? I got the legend killer. What are we talking about? Youngest champion in WWE history, 14-time champion. You know what I'm saying? Along with the 16 time. Come on, man. How is team? You can't tell Stone Cold. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. We stop. Every team seems to have a company guy though. Austin, Rock, Hogan, who and John Cena. So everybody, but Randy Orton spit in the face and make folk like, come on, bro. He was just too lethal with it. So again, I'm always gonna I'm always gonna lean to myself clearly, but let me see if I can refresh that vote. Let me see where we're at. We're still at the 49, y'all. But look, we're almost at 39-3. or 33.3, right? We're almost halfway there. So make sure you guys go ahead and share it out. Hopefully your friends vote. And I look forward to seeing what the final result is on Tuesday. I look forward to it. I think it'll be a great thing, regardless whether DNA wins or not. But yeah, I also look forward to the Royal Rumble. That's also going to be on next Saturday, and we got a SmackDown. This is basically another going home week. We went into Saturday Night Main Event, and now we're going into the Royal Rumble, and it's star-studded. Who do you expect back? Randy Orton for me for the male side. Oscar would be nice. We know we're getting Charlotte Flair. Mm, I think that's it. That's all I can really kind of do. I think that's it. I think that's Charlotte. Charlotte announcing that she's coming back. I mean, it works. I'm happy to see it. And then at the same time, um, Asuka. We haven't seen Asuka. Does anyone have any reports about Asuka? What her latest and greatest? Also, Alexa Bliss. Let's not forget, Alexa Bliss would be fire as well. Alexa Alexa Bliss would be fire. So, Becky maybe. That'd be great. That'd be great. I just don't expect Becky to win if Becky does come back. Brett is going to strategically break down Roman and render him helpless. It's going to take a minute, but it'll happen. Absolutely. Brett is a master. He's the excellence of execution. I mean, did we not forget? Do I need to remind you? Do I need to start popping videos up on screen? I'm not going to do that, but yeah, let's make sure we see it. You see more people are popping in. 3 more people popped in. They saw it, but they didn't vote. So if you know you haven't voted, go ahead and head to X. Give us your vote. Even if you vote for the Archie Carter, even if you vote for Team Gamage, DNA, right? He's an option too. But yeah, go ahead and share this out. That'll be awesome. We appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. But I think that might be it for the night, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Bester is bester wasn't the best there ever will be. Absolutely. Bret Hart was a masterclass wrestler, and happy to have him on the team. But yeah, that's it. If anybody has anything else, until next time, remember to check out all the albums, which is Good Karma by The Archie Carter on all streaming platforms. You got DNA, Get Money, Drink Water. He also did drop a Christmas album. I know we're almost heading into February, but if you like the bars and all that, he's been on fire lately. And check me out on Hall Breezy Universe. We'll be live tomorrow, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until next time, we'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.